Welcome back to the JSFL. We're here day 3, the final day of the draft, and we've got some pretty good players still left on the board, and let's see where they go. First up, we got Cincinnati with the pick with number 37, and they've drafted Ricardo Sanchez safety, Andrew Saunders safety, and Mark Fowler defensive tackle. So let's look at the needs. Quarterback, they're good. Maybe get a backup. We're gonna get to 3 choices now, so no more than 3. So we'll give up between. Let's see what we got for wide receivers on the board. Who could I see going here? I could see them going and getting. Who's off? So I'd see him going. Will Shadim. I'd give him here. So Will Shadim's going to be one of my options. Let's go corner. Who we got for corner? There is Elijah Costley still on the board? Elijah Costley is off the board, I believe. No, he isn't. Elijah Costley's still on the board, and Frederick Worthington is off, though. So I'd give him Elijah Costley, Will Shadim, and let's see, the last need. Get a linebacker. Who do we got for linebackers left? Got these guys. Frederick Ruiz is already off the board, I believe. He went, right? Yeah, he went. Yeah. I'd give Henry Berger instead of those 3, and I'll be back for my pick. So now the shot bats are on the clock, but with the 37th pick of the JSFL Season 3 draft, the Cincinnati Hounds select Will Shadim, wide receiver North, and this is one of my guys that I could see being a star if he gets into the right scheme, and Cincinnati just might be it. He will be a 4th-string guy, though, but he should be great, and I really hope he does well in that scheme for those Hounds, and they're putting together one of the better teams in the league now, and I think this is just perfect guy to add to it for a 4th-string guy. You get a nice value here in the 4th round, and yeah, so Charlotte now on the board. Let's look at the needs, and I already know one of the guys. I think I'm going to give it to them, but let's look at the needs real quick. Quarterback, I'm probably going to give them the choice of Jerome Allen, maybe to fight for a spot. Just a later pick. Wide receiver, I'll give them. Who's going to do good on that team? They took Armstrong, so maybe a physical guy. Donovan Catterson, I'll put on the board here. Offensive line, they're good. Edge rusher, maybe they could use a backup. Yeah, backup could be nice. So we'll put Brent Whittle on the board. And yeah, those are going to be the picks. Well, let's wait. Maybe I'll change one of those. We got a good safety left that I'm high on. Ooh, we could go Timon Harmon. Who's on the board? I got Allen, Catterson, Whittle, and Hartman. Let's take Hartman off. We'll go with those 3. So the 38th pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft, I have the Charlotte Bats selecting Jerome Allen, quarterback, North Giants. So he was a big boom or bust player I have on my board. Made big plays in North, but there was times where he was really bad, where he was benched for Lee Bridges. So I don't know, man. Jerome Allen's a shaky kind of guy, but he could be boom or bust, and now he's gonna fight with Phillips and Camp. So there you go. Now with the 39th pick, New York is on the board, and we'll see what they go with here, and let's look at the needs. So they got, who has New York got? They've got Brady Blackburn, corner, Elias Clean, inside linebacker, and Alfred Riddle, quarterback. So they're good on the quarterback side. Halfbacks, they're good. Wide receivers, maybe they try to bring in a guy here. We'll see. Tight end, good. Edge rusher, they seem to be good. Defensive tackle, maybe use a backup, but I don't know if I want to give them any of the guys left. Linebackers, pretty good. Corners, they're good now. Safeties, they are good. So let's go. Let's go. What do they got here? Let's go Donovan Catterson, Evan Pollux, and Brent Whittle. So those three. So 39th pick now in the JSFL Season 3 draft. The New York Bisons select Donovan Catterson, wide receiver, East Eagles. And this is a great possession guy. He had some pretty good games. He's kind of a low receiver, but he'll be fighting with that fourth string with Victor Rhodes. And so that's going to be a pretty good camp fight too, as Rhodes and Catterson will be fighting for the fourth string spot. So yeah, there you go. And now Kansas City's on the clock, and they have picked up, let's see. They've got Chad Harrison, Cody Pollett, and Patrick King, as they traded away their 5th rounder, so they won't have another one until the 6th, and they trade away their 3rd too, actually. Yeah, so their 3rd and their 5th are gone. And yeah, after they trade up for Patrick King. So let's look at the needs now for the Kansas City Wind. So quarterback, they're good with the addition of Harrison. Halfback, they're good. Maybe they add a guy. Wide receivers, they're good with the addition of Patrick King. Tight end, good. Offensive line, they need a tackle. So maybe they go there. Edge rushers, that's rough, but they did add Cody Pollett. But they did. That's for the outside linebacker spot. Inside linebacker, I don't think I want to add anyone here with their guys they got right now. It's better than anyone on the board. Wait till next year for that. So let's go. And then corners in need. I mean, okay, let's go. Offensive line, who do we got on the board? Let's go Ronnie Hart. And who else do I want to put in here? Ronnie Hart. Brant Whittle. Wait, no, let's go Buddy Miles. I like Buddy Miles more for this game. So, Ronnie Hart, Buddy Miles, and I like Dennis Hawk. So those 3. So right now we're on the 40th pick of the JSFL Season 3 draft. And with that pick, I have the Kansas City Wind selecting Buddy Miles, edge, East Eagles. And so Miles at the board here, he was great. He was a good senior and a pretty good pass rusher on even though overall not getting picked last year. I think Buddy Miles goes here to Kansas City, and he will actually be a starter. He will start over Angelo Alexander, and him and Evan Colston. Some later round guys, but hopefully they develop, and hopefully this Kansas City front line can get a little bit of pressure, as they're both, the experience between them all would be 2 years. So there you go. And now we got with the 41st pick, Minneapolis is on the clock. And let's look at the Fishers. They have went, see what their draft has been so far, Lewis McCormick and Horace Wagstaff. That's it, because they traded their 2nd round for Nestor Hood. Quarterback, maybe we see a backup fall here. Halfback, they're good. Wide receiver, they're good. Tight end, good. Maybe a backup. Is Evan Pollux? Oh, Evan Pollux was already drafted. I think I actually gave him, that's one of the choices for a team, but he's gone. So the tight end would be like next Clancy Rhodes, I think. Offensive line seems all good. Edge rusher, they need a backup edge rusher. Defensive tackle, still a small need. Outside linebacker, they're good. Corner, they need a 3rd string. And safety, they are good. So let's see. Let's give them the choices between... Ooh, yeah. Jacob Kidd. Let's go Jacob Kidd. Is there any tight ends still left that I would give him? How old is their 2nd string? Yeah, let's do it. Colin Sweats. Actually, wait, no. Let's go Clancy Rhodes. So Rhodes, Kidd, and Brant Whittle. So there you go. Trodes, Kidd, and Whittle. So now the 41st pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft, the Minneapolis Fishers select Brant Whittle, edge, North Giants. So he is a pretty good guy. Not as good as the other edge rushers, but he has some room to work with. And he could be maybe people on the inside. So we'll see if him or Colin Sweat, will be put as starter week 1. So, yeah. So that's a pretty good pick. And now LA is on the board. So LA. Quarterback, they still need a backup. Halfback, they're good. Wide receiver, they need a 4-string. But, oh wait, who have they drafted? They've got Howard Butler and Jamal Brown. Besides that, older picks. That's older picks. They've only had 2. So, Butler and Jamal Brown. So, wide receiver, they need a 4-string. Tight end, they need a backup. Offensive line is optional. Edge rusher, they're good. I give him Brown, so DT, it's not great, but it's okay. We'll have to do. And secondary is good. So let's give him between Jacob Kidd. What I like Case Tree for this wide receiver. Ooh, do I give him Trodes or do I give him O-line? Who would be the guy? Let's do Clancy Trodes. So yeah. Clancy Trodes, Case Tree, Jacob Kidd. So the 42nd pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft, the LA Earthquakes select Jacob Kidd, quarterback, East Eagles. So he was the backup, got a few chances, made some wrong moves, but he was decent for the East Eagles. And yeah, so now he goes to LA as a backup to Terry Foster. Detroit now is on the clock. So let's look at their needs. Let's first look at what they did so far this draft. They got Christopher Keller, Rodney Holt, and Arthur Santos. So that is all defense. No wait, it's only one defense. 2 of them are offense. So let's see, quarterback, they need a backup. Halfback, they're good. Wide receiver, still could use a third. Wait, no, they're good in the 3rd string. Never mind. Tight end, they're good. Maybe a 3rd string tight end. Offensive line, great. Edge rushers, they need a backup. Defensive tackle, they're great. Outside linebackers are good. Who was I gonna go? Oh yeah. Inside linebacker, maybe a backup. Corner, seem to be good. Safeties, they need a backup. So let's go with the choices between here. Is there any guys I'd give them here? Nah, I'm not gonna give any of those guys. So I'd give them the choices between here. Did Trodes fall off? No, Clancy Trodes I'd give them. Who is edge rusher still left? Brandon Valdez. I'd give him Brandon Valdez. And Todd Collier. And then safety. Timon Hartman. So Trodes, Collier, and Hartman. So the 43rd pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft, the Detroit Power select Timon Hartman, safety, East Eagles. So this is the guy they bring in for a backup, but he should be good and help that Detroit defense do better than they did against the Pats last year, as he made some pretty good plays for the East Eagles. And now with the 40, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, with the 44th pick, Atlanta now is on the clock. So let's look at those needs. Who have they drafted? They've drafted Hogan Miller, Irvin Shag, and Brent Ruiz. So backup quarterback is in need. Running back, maybe backup is in need. I think they like Huffman though. Wide receiver, 4th string is in need. Offensive line, that is still in need. And looking at the team, What do I give him? I'd give There's a few needs here. Let's go between. Have I given him defensive tackle yet? No, I haven't. So let's go between Valdez, Brandon Valdez, Nicholas Sampson, and Cody Cotton. So at the 44th pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft, the Atlanta Predators select Nicholas Sampson, guard, North Giants. So they're going to move him to center, and it's a great offensive line pick. I don't know what to say. It's a pretty good pick. Offensive line is fallen in this draft, so it's a great pick by Atlanta. And so now New Orleans is on the clock with the 45th pick. And let's see what those needs are. They got... Who have they got in this draft? They have got Lamar Campbell, Lloyd Halley, and Frederick Worthington. So there you go. Halfback, they're good. Wide receiver, they're good. Maybe they bring in a guy to compete, but I don't know. I think they're good at the guys they got. Offensive line is all good. Edge rusher, they're good. Defensive tackle, maybe a backup. Outside linebacker, they filled that need. And inside, have they got? Yeah, they got an inside. Corner, all good. Free safety and strong safety. Maybe they had a strong safety or a safety here. And looking at the team, I'm either going to give them a running back. The first one would be off the board. Or I'm going to give them safety. So it's between Francis Pratt and, let's see, what running back would I give them? I want to give him a kind of power guy, but I don't want to give him Oplid. I could give him Soto. Actually, it's going to be between Quincy Toberman and Francis Pratt. So the 45th pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft, the New Orleans musicians select Quincy Toberman, running back, North Giants, and he's a power kind of back guy. He could get done, and I think that's what New Orleans needed in the back of Castles and Roy. So if one of them goes down, then they have a reliable backup in Quincy Toberman. So there you go. And now we got Seattle on the board. So they have taken Washington, Angel Washington, Vincent Morgan, and Moses Sherman. So let's look at Seattle's needs. And here we go. Quarterback is a backup is a need. Running back, maybe backup is a need. Wide receiver, they got the 4-string. Tight end, they're good. Offensive line, all good. Edge is good. Defensive tackle is good. Outside of linebackers, that's still a need. That is still a need for them. So that's there. Corner, that's still a need. Yep. Safety backup is still a need. So yeah, let's go with the 3 choices here as Francis Pratt. Let's see, corners. Is Elijah Costley still on the board? Elijah Costley. Yeah, let's go Elijah Costley, Francis Pratt, and outside of the linebacker, who we got left? Is Henry Berger still on the thing? Yes, Henry Berger. So we'll go Henry Berger, Pratt, Francis Pratt, and then Frederick Worthington. Oh, wait, no. No, not Frederick Worthington. Elijah Costley. So now, with the 40... Wait, hold on. 41st, 42nd, 43rd, 44th, 45th, 46th. So the 46th pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft, the Seattle Natives select Henry Berger, outside linebacker, South Falcons. So Berger going here to Seattle. He'll probably be a starter day one, as Hung Thornburg wasn't the best outside linebacker. So they get the need, and he's good enough to start. So we'll see what he can do for Seattle. And yeah, so now we got Houston on the board, and we'll see what those needs are. Backup quarterback, they're good. Running back, all set. Wide receivers, good. Tight end, they could use a backup. Maybe a third string. Is Trodes off? If Trodes isn't off, I might consider him. Trodes is on, so we'll go Clancy Trodes. Offensive line's all good. Edge rusher, they do need a backup still. So we'll go Brandon Valdez. Or who would they pick? They've picked Blaine Bradford, Walker Itcalf, and Evan Pollux. Oh no, they don't need a backup tight end. So actually, we'll make it Brandon Valdez. They got a... No, they haven't. Let's also go here with... Yeah, let's do it. Who was it that's the best now? Yeah, it would be Nate Austin, the outside linebacker. So Nate Austin, and then Brandon Valdez. So let's go with those two. So now the 47th pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft, the Houston Enforcers select Nate Austin, outside linebacker, East Eagles. So he goes here, and he is my last great, or not great, or good offensive outside linebacker on the board. So Houston getting a pretty good pick here. And now Phoenix with the last pick of the 4th round is coming up. And after this, I will draft 6 at a time and then tell you what I thought of the pick. Actually, I'm going to draft the whole round and then tell you what I thought of the pick and tell you who I thought of, or if I remember. But yeah, so Phoenix now. Let's look at the needs. So I won't tell you needs anymore. I'll just tell you who I picked, as nobody too much cares about the final day, because these players dip off a little bit on overall. So Phoenix has got Hans Russ, Mitchell Cross, and Marvin Howell. And actually, I might be giving out draft grades for this draft after. Not in this video, but yeah. So Hans Russ, Mitchell Cross, Marvin Howell, they built the defense. Halfback, they're good. Maybe a third string, but I think they're good. Wide receivers, tight ends, they're good. Maybe a third string. Offensive line, they need a center. Edge, let's see, they got Howell and Russ. So, yeah, they might have who they have to rock with this year. For the front 7. They still need corner. Wow, I didn't even notice. And I think that might not be the pick here. So I'm going to give them the choice between Ronnie Hart and the best corner available would be Elijah Costley. So Elijah Costley and Ronnie Hart. So now the 48th pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft and the last pick of the 4th round, the Phoenix Skill Monsters select Elijah Costley, corner, West 49ers, and he is a really good corner. I like him. In Phoenix, he'll be a slot guy, as you'll have to start as the Phoenix Skill Monsters. They lost Baxter and really didn't get a replacement offseason. So Costley now will have to step up into a starting role right away as a 4th rounder. So tough role for him to play. And now I'll make the next round picks, and I'll tell you when I get back with that. So now we're back into the 5th round. A quick little recap of it. Dennis Hawk went with number 49 overall, the corner from West. Number 50 overall, Case Tree, the wide receiver to the Charlotte Bats. 51 overall to the New York Bismen, Clancy Trodes, the tight end from West. With the 50, what would it be? 49, 50, 51, 52. With the 52nd pick, Carlton Soto, the West running back, went to Cincinnati. 50, 51, 52. With the 53rd pick, Ronnie Hart, the guard from North, went to Minneapolis. What would be 54, would be Cody Cotton, the wide receiver from North, went to LA. 55, Emmanuel Miller, the running back from South, went to Detroit. 56, Brandon Valdez, the edge from South, went to Atlanta. 57, the free safety Francis Pratt from South went to New Orleans. 58, the Seattle natives took Diego Mooney, quarterback from South. 59, the Houston Enforcers went Jeffrey Benson, edge from West. And 60 overall, the Phoenix Eagle Monsters went Terry Torgenton, guard from East. The last elite guard I had, or offensive lineman I had. And I forgot to say we'll be back with the 6th round. Alright, now the 6th round is done, and let's go over it real quick. So with the 61st pick, I keep calling them Charlotte because I've seen the name. Cincinnati Hounds take Lee Bridges, quarterback, North. With the 62nd pick, the Charlotte Bats select Homer Mack, edge, West. With the 63rd pick, the New York Bismen select Forrest Manning, running back, West. With the 64th pick, the Kansas City Winds select Owen Dickerson, tackle, South. With the 65th pick, the Minneapolis Officials select Colin Sweats, tight end, East. 66th pick, the LA Earthquakes select Joseph Caroline, tight end, North. With the 67th pick, the Detroit Power select Winford Peters, quarterback, West. With the 68th pick, the Atlanta Predators select Frank Renders, wide receiver, East. With the 69th pick, the New Orleans Musicians select Tony Salazar, tight end, West. With the 70th pick, the Seattle Natives select Joel Cummings, edge rusher, South. With the 71st pick, the Houston Forces select Luke Conway, defensive tackle, South. With the 72nd pick, and the last pick of the 6th round, the New York Bismen with the trade from Phoenix with Eric Wart, they selected Jordan Eller, wide receiver, East. And now we have the 7th round. And I'll tell you how that goes in a minute. Alright, so now with the 7th round, we got, with the 73rd pick, the Cincinnati, Hounds, take Jason McDonald, wide receiver, South Falcons. With the 74th pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft, the Charlotte Bats select Aaron Barnes, running back, South Falcons. With the 75th pick, the New York Bismen select Gary Thompson, defensive tackle, West 49ers. With the 76th pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft, the Kansas City Winds select Jason Kennedy, wide receiver, West 49ers. With the 77th pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft, the Minneapolis Fishers select Jason Artis, running back, North Giants. With the 78th pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft, the LA Earthquake select Trent Schobert, tackle, North. With the 79th pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft, the Detroit Power selected Ross Barak, tight end, South Falcons. With the 80th pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft, the Atlanta Predators select Xander Knox, tight end, Atlanta Predators. Or tight end, South Falcons. Wait, no. Xander Knox, North Giants, my bad. 81st pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft, the Seattle Natives select Wilmar Kelly, running back, North Giants. With the 82nd pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft, the Houston Enforcers select Patrick Hill. And with the 83rd pick and the final pick in the JSFL Season 3 draft, Mr. Irrelevant is the Phoenix Eagle Monsters, Gavin Hanston, outside linebacker, East. And that is it for the JSFL draft. A great draft, and teams helped themselves. Some desperate needing and still drafting for need in the 7th round. Some just throwing out, hey, why not? Let them compete and helping their special teams out. And I'll see you guys. Maybe some free agent news, but maybe I'll see you when the season starts. And I've been the commissioner, commentator, and player, George Quaxel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.